Once we understand the physics of painting, the problem with leaving this in direct sunlight in a hot day is that what happens is the sun comes down, all right? And you have to remember that this paint is full of reducer or lacquer thinner. It has to come out. It has to in order to dry. When the sun is too hot, what it does is it bakes the surface and forms a skin over the top. I can feel this right now. It's probably 15 degrees. I don't know how many Celsius, don't ask me. But it's hotter than the inside. And it forms a skin on the top, and the thinners cannot get out, or the reducer. If they cannot get out, what they do in time, I think I have a small section over here I can show you, is, well, I don't know exactly where it is, but it'll bubble on you. And what that is your reducer trying to get out. That happens a lot, especially with younger people. They want everything done right now. Your spot putty and your primer can take months to dry. And while it's doing that, it's shrinking. Because as I said about matter, that when the reducer or enamel comes out, all of this shrinks. So I could sand this beautifully today, and I know it's not totally dry. I could come back in 2 months and I'll find low spots and high spots. It's just the way it is. These are one of the things about paint. I know I talk too much, but I'm old and I really don't give a fuck. Rock on. So now we're gonna start to do some blocking. You want to block with we use 400 on here to rough up the panels. Okay, you don't want to use 400 anymore. We want to use either 600 or 800 grit. I'm going to use 800 wet. I don't recommend using wet sandpaper on cars or anything like that, and this is the reason. Okay, if you look on the bottom here, you see all the, do you see all the, you can see all the dust from the wet sanding, okay? All that gets in the cracks of your panels and everything that you can't take off, and it just becomes a nightmare. That's why I don't do it like that. There's a whole art to blowing off a car before you go to put the final finish on. To paint a car or to paint one of these is I'd say to 93% preparation, or preparation of the panels. That's just the way it is. The only way that you're going to learn is by having a genius, really good looking, great guy like me. Don't applaud. That'll show you, this is a long way, but you need to grab a panel, or you need to grab a front panel, or you need to grab a headlight cover and get some cans of paint and give it a try. Now some things I say may not make sense to you, but this is the way it's done. And when I get this done, if it looks really nice, then you know what I was talking about. And you can see the scratches right there. I put the JB Weld on last night right here, and I put some primer over it just for the hell of it. I'll have to sand that down. The one thing I avoided this angle right, this angle right in here to reshape it, and this other side right here, right down here. I don't know if I can do that, but you can see I do have scratches in this paint, and you can see the or you can see the cracks right there. Paint and filler, paint and primer do not fill that. Now if you have, this primer filler, the thing about it is paint is put on to avoid rusting your steel panels. If you use primer filler on bare metal, and you think you're safe, you're not, because it's just like glue with talcum powder. Water will go right through it. What you need is a primer sealer, because if you have rust that's going out underneath your, or going through your primer, then you got problems. Okay, I'm going to set this up and we're going to block it out.